Welcome to Stage Mom Podcast, a podcast for breakthrough bands and artists. Today we have Alexa. Alexa is a Christian punk rock musician out of Broward County, Florida. Alexa is the very first Christian artist I have ever had on my podcast, and I was extremely excited to sit down and get to know her. She is remarkably talented being an artist, songwriter, and producer, but the maturity that she has at her 20 young years really impressed me. I loved every second of our conversation. Up is the only way Alexa is going with the great head that she has on her shoulders. Guys, definitely go check her out. I am so excited to see where she ends up. Okay, so I'm here with Alexa today.
Hey.
And my hair was up because it's so hot in here, but she says it's not, so I'm dying. It'll go up again in a bun. So anyhow, introduce yourself to everybody watching and let us know a little bit about yourself, and we'll go from there.
Cool. Yeah, so I am Alexa. My artist name has two X's in the front and back, but I just say Alexa because it's kind of annoying to say xxALEXAxx, like the rapper XXXTentacion, you know? And I'm like, Alexa is fine.
I almost asked about that. I didn't know if you did it to just sometimes you do like asterisks or whatever. Mm-hmm. So are you known as xxALEXAxx?
I mean, honestly, at this point, it's whatever anyone wants to say.
Okay.
You know, like Hadi is in all caps with a period at the end. Yep. You know, people don't say Hadi, period. You know, but it doesn't matter to me. I don't mind.
Okay.
You know, a lot of being an artist is playing for your audience. And, you know, whatever the audience likes is whatever you're going to keep making. So,
yeah, it's true.
Yeah. If a song releases and it blows, it's not the song. And that's not personal at all. So, yeah, but I am a Christian punk rock musician and singer-songwriter, and I produce too. Okay. I started doing music a long time ago, like your daughter that you were saying. I started at Guitar Center. They had these little camps, summer camp that you put your kid in for a week, and they learn 3 songs with a band. And at the end of the week, they perform it for their parents. And I did those. Those were my first bands. That's how I met Danny from Elinad and Calopsia and Jackson and all of them.
So they all did that too, then?
Yeah. Well, cool. I'm not Jackson, but I met him it's
kind of like the
Danny.
Mickey Mouse Club.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. But I met them all through there, and it was funny because every once in a while those videos will come up on my mom's Facebook. She'll be like, "Oh, listen to this," and I'll listen to it, and I want to die because it sounds so bad. But for a bunch of 10-year-olds, you know, you can't expect them to be amazing.
Back then, though, like to the parent, you were like amazing, though. I remember those days.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. That's a little about me. I go to Liberty University right now. I'm a commercial music major, so commercial as in the music industry.
Okay.
Taking a bunch of songwriting, production, performance classes, just a whole everything.
Right. What year are you in?
I'm a senior.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I live here. My parents live here. I grew up here, so I come down for the summer to visit. And
what county
Christmas.
Do you live in?
Broward. I live in Coconut Creek.
Okay.
So I think that's Broward.
Did you go to Coconut Creek High?
No, I went to Calvary Christian Academy.
Okay. Yeah. Right there on not McNabb, but Cypress Creek. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, I had the private school life.
I did too.
Really?
I went to high school. I graduated with 7 people in my 8th grade class. So it was a small private school called Faith Lutheran in Fort Lauderdale.
Yeah.
And And
oh my gosh.
And now it's like a mortgage payment though. It's really sad because like I have my oldest, my 20-year-old, she went to private school all the way up until like probably when I realized I just couldn't afford it anymore. It was like almost 7th grade, I think. And then my little one, my 10-year-old, she has not been to private school at all because it's like the cheapest school is $750. Mm-hmm. Like, this is insane.
Yeah.
And I can't get like approved for a scholarship or anything because I don't meet the.
You probably don't
make too much.
You probably don't make starvation.
Exactly.
You know? Yeah. I felt that. I didn't get any scholarships to college at all whatsoever. And I'm kind of just having to deal with it.
Yeah.
So, oh well.
But you're going, so that's good.
Yeah.
So let me ask you a question. You're a Christian pop, alternative, punk.
Yeah.
Your music, is it all Christian based? I've never had a Christian artist, which I was so excited when I read that about you. I was like, this is like going to be very special because I'm a Christian.
Awesome.
And so it's interesting that you could go and show people that you could still do it and be cool.
Yes.
And so I would love to hear about that.
Yeah, I honestly, I grew up on the Christian CCM and everything, and I had every song memorized back and forwards, and the more I started listening to it, the more I realized this stuff is so basic.
Yeah.
This stuff all sounds the same. It all has the same themes, something about water in it, some metaphor for water, right. And it's just stereotypical, and I write music coming from a place of I am a Christian, but I'm not going to be annoying about it.
Okay.
Like that is my goal. I'm friends with a lot of people in the scene and they know that I'm Christian, but I'm not annoying about it.
Right. Yep.
And yeah, so my one song that I have out right now, Harmony, it's a basic love song, I guess. It's just saying, it doesn't talk about anyone specific, but it's like, it's talking about someone who completes you, who's the black to your white, who is, just fits together.
Right.
And to me, that's music. To me, that is being Christian. To me, that is friends and family. I don't necessarily have anyone that I'm dating. So I can't really put that in a place, but everything else, I feel like, I just saw Paramore recently, and the only exception they played, but Hayley Williams just broke up with her husband.
Right.
And she played that song and she said, you know what? This was about my husband, but now it's about my fans.
Nice.
And she said, or it's about something that completes you. And she said, that's music for me.
Right.
And it was ironic to hear that because I made Harmony with that same goal in mind.
That's crazy.
Previously. So that's the goal. But I have another song coming out. It's called It's Not Fair.
Okay.
And it's about being ghosted in your own relationship with somebody. And then I have a song after that about what my identity is as a musician. Okay. And then another one about being burnout. So I have definitely different topics, not just love or anything like that.
No, that's really neat. I love that. And I love that you represent who you are and everybody knows it and you're still accepted, which is wonderful.
It's tricky to be still accepted, but I mean, I don't care. Yeah. It's whatever.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So, all right, your songwriting, do you write all right, let's talk about the instruments that you play.
Cool, yeah.
Let's talk about that. Tell me about what you play and if I was to go to one of your shows, what I would see.
Okay. So I actually just played an underground show about a month ago. And like I said, it's really, really tough to find a band that'll play for you. It's like assembling the Avengers, that's what I like to lovingly call it. So I haven't booked a whole lot of more shows because my main band is in Virginia. Okay. But I play bass. I'm a bass player. Okay. I love bass.
See any singing bass players.
Yeah. I mean, Alinad sings and plays bass.
Yes, true.
Which is great.
Probably the only other one. Go back to the Mickey Mouse Club, right? No.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we played that Undergrounds show together. Okay. Which is super fun. But yeah, I play bass. But I also play acoustic guitar, a little bit of electric. I'm not great at all. I promise. Piano, and I sing.
Okay.
So I wish I could play drums, but I just cannot.
I could never.
Yeah.
Never could I. I was just always the roadie. I never even attempted, even when they were set up, I would just like look at them and never, ever play them.
Yeah, it's rough.
It is. It is. Okay. So where do you find your inspiration with your songwriting?
Okay. So, I mean, like a lot of other artists, what they're going through in a certain time, it can be inspiration. It's Not Fair. This guy that I was dating for 2 months, and I said, hey, I gotta go away to college. Are we gonna still do long distance? And he was like, yes, we are. Absolutely. And I go away to college, and the second week that I was there, ghosted. Nothing.
Hence your song.
Absolutely nothing.
Wow.
And so it's not fair is about that. And it's not about the person being a bad person or doing something wrong. It's about the situation.
Right. Yeah.
Like, zero hate towards him. He's a good person. But
do you talk to him now? Have you found him to answer your calls?
Yeah, I saw him at the Underground show.
Okay.
But I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah.
Whatever's supposed to happen will happen.
Yeah.
You know, but zero hate towards him. It's not fair. It's just about the situation that I've been
right.
in. And then the next song that I'll have coming out is called Battery.
Okay.
And it's about like having a low battery. Like, I myself am burnout.
Right. Okay.
Like, at college, I was playing bass for everyone every second of the day because there were like 4 bass players in the whole school of like 1,000 people in my building. And I was so burnt out. And then my grades were starting to slip because I was focusing way more on how well I'm going to sound for somebody. And the lyrics are, "This light inside, it has died, but I'll just buy more batteries." And it's talking about like no matter how tired I was, caffeine, keep it going. And I got so burnt out, I actually got really, really sick.
I bet you did.
Yeah. And I was out for a whole week.
Wow.
Just kaput.
Wow.
Yeah. And then the next song after that'll come out, it's called Who I'm Not. And it's about feeling like I can't be who I actually am.
Okay.
And I feel like I can be who I actually am now. But at the time, at my Christian high school, no hate to that school. It was amazing. But there were some teachers that like kind of wanted to put people in a box. And the lyrics the lyrics say, "I can't help but feel that who I'm not is not who I'm meant to be."
Okay.
And so, yeah, that one's going to be a little bit deeper.
Yeah.
For sure. And the bridge is about, it says like, there's a haunted house and all the things in the haunted house, but I look around and the most haunted thing in that house was me. So it's like, it's very like identity.
Right.
Why is this happening? It is pretty cool. I'm excited to get that out there.
Yeah.
I have a lot of material.
Have you recorded it already and just not released it?
No, I just have demos.
Okay.
Because it's a little tricky to put a lot of energy into production, especially when there's like work and school and all of that. So
yeah.
But
do you work while you're here?
Yeah.
What do you do?
I work right now at a yacht club.
Nice. Okay.
Childcare.
Oh God, I did that one day of my life in high school, and I was like, "There's no way I can do this ever again. I'm not going to pretend like these kids are cute. Yeah. I'm not going to pretend like I like them. I'm like, oh my, I can't do it."
Yeah, that was me the first month.
Oh God, month? You lasted a month.
Yeah, I've been working there for a while now. Whenever I come home, I work there, and honestly, the more you're there, the more the kids respect you.
Okay.
And treat you right and actually care about you. And there's just been a lot of kids that I'll hear from the other people that work there that will ask for me whenever I'm not there. And so I'm like, okay,
it makes you feel good.
I'm doing something right, you know? So at times it really, really sucks, but I'm learning that I actually have a lot more patience than I thought.
What age group do you do?
It's between 3 and 12.
Oh my God. They just throw them all at you. So what, the parents go to the yacht club and go to do their thing and leave their kids with you?
Yeah, for the most part.
Wow.
Yeah, pretty much. But I work doing that. And then I'm also working to get my real estate license.
Oh, I'm a realtor.
Really?
Yes.
My parents are both realtors too.
Really?
Yeah.
Where are they with? I'm with Remax
Keller Williams.
Keller Williams, okay.
Yeah.
Probably did a deal with them. I've been doing it 18 years, so it's a possibility.
20 years, like same time frame.
Funny.
Oh my gosh.
We'll have to discuss that after.
Oh yeah. But I want to get my real estate license so I can fund an album, fund touring, fund pedal boards, all of that. Because pedal boards get so expensive.
It is. It's so expensive.
So yeah.
People don't understand it. And you got these venues that want to just take the money from you guys to play there. And it's If I had all the money in the world, I'd open a venue where everybody could just play, make their own money.
Like tough times.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's really hard for you guys.
Yeah, it kind of is.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So speaking of your parents, how do they support your decision to do music in the local scene here? It's
Yeah. So my parents, they love me. They, for the most part, support me. My dad is being really gracious and generous to pay for my college.
Okay.
Which a lot of people don't have. And it's like, check your privilege, Alexa. Get it together.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he's supporting in that sense. But my parents, being realtors and business people, are very like, are you doing the most you can with your money?
Right.
Are you making sure that this is the right path? And you should get a business degree instead. So I added a business minor.
Okay.
Which honestly is very
smart.
helpful. Yeah.
Smart.
So
even if you do continue in this path and everything works out, having a business minor is not a bad decision. Yeah.
Yeah, of course. And my dream is to open up a record label at some point.
That would be awesome.
Yeah. And really put the artists first, because I know a lot of labels don't do that.
No, they don't.
And maybe have like a funding that's easier to pay back.
Yeah.
So yeah, but they support me for the most part. It's funny because I went to Danny's house from Elinad, and I walked in and she had just released a song and her mom was playing it on the TV. She's like, "Yeah, Danny," and I'm like, "Man, you are really lucky." But yeah, I mean, it's pretty chill for the most part. But
do they go to any of your shows for performing?
They've gone to a few. They went to the Underground show.
Okay.
My mom used to go to all the shows at Guitar Center.
Right. Course, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they always ask for videos whenever I play stuff in Virginia. So, yeah. I mean, they're pretty supportive.
Let me ask you, what do you think, like, is the big difference between the scene in Virginia and here?
Well, at Liberty University, it is definitely more geared toward alt rock.
Okay.
That's like a little poppier.
Okay.
So, a lot of band Camino gets played. A lot of Coin, and it's a little bit on the poppier side.
Okay.
So playing something that's heavier is tricky.
Okay.
If you invite a certain type of people, they might not like it.
Right. Okay.
And there's other people that they would totally like it, but they want it to completely be like death metal.
Right.
So it's you got to toe the line in between. And the scene down here is very like, do whatever you want.
It is.
It don't matter.
Yeah, it's true. It's really true.
Yeah. But it's it's a huge learning opportunity. And the scene in Virginia, we were just starting to get into it. So we got a lot to do when I get back in the fall. So
have you always been this genre type of music, or have you noticed a change up? Or
well, actually, when I was super, super little, I loved Taylor Swift.
Oh, who doesn't?
Yeah.
I was just telling my 10-year-old yesterday, she's the one you want to hate, but you just can't.
Yeah.
Because she's good. Like, you have to admit it.
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
I mean, that was when I was really little. And then I watched the movie Big Hero 6.
Don't know if
it's a Disney movie, and at the very end they played a Fall Out Boy song.
Oh yeah,
at the roll credits, and I started looking it up. What song was that? I loved it, and so I started listening to Fall Out Boy, and then that became Panic at the Disco. That became Pierce the Veil. That became Melanie Martinez. All the stuff.
Right.
Paramore, obviously, and that was about middle school, and I've been pretty much rolling with that from here on out.
Who would you say was your biggest musical inspiration?
A lot of Paramore, just in the sense of her stage presence.
Okay.
Like that stage presence is super huge to me because it makes a lot of difference.
Right.
You could be amazing, but if you're just standing there, the crowd's going to be like, cool, okay, nice.
Right.
But if you're getting engaged,
like
Young Cassidy.
You sound horrible.
Yeah. You can sound absolutely terrible, but if you have a lot of really great stage presence, you're golden.
Yeah.
Like Young Cassidy, I went to a Tough Times 10-year anniversary show.
Okay.
He got up on the table on the bar.
He says no bar is safe when he's performing.
It was amazing. And he climbed like a thing on the side of the wall and went up high and was singing. It was really cool. And he got the whole crowd engaged. He sang this song about, you're a rock star.
Yep.
And like pointed people out. He pointed right to me. It was like, you're a rock star. I'm like, yes, I am. Yes, I am.
So he's going to love to hear that because he loves the fact that, like, he says everybody that does what they love to do, they're a rock star.
Oh, yeah.
He's like, so at all my shows, I point everybody out that they're a rock star. They're a rock star. I'm going to tell him he has to watch this.
Oh, 100%. He totally should. Yeah, it was really cool. He also reminded me of Travis Barker. He looked just like him.
Yeah.
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 But it's stuff like that. I mean, stage presence is huge, Paramore. But also I really love Fall Out Boy has they have some heavier stuff and they also have a lot of more pop stuff.
Yes, they do.
And I really love to blend that. And then lately I'm getting into a lot of Pierce the Veil and Falling in Reverse.
Yeah.
And adding some double kick, adding some half times. Battery, the one I was talking about earlier, is going to have some halftime.
Okay.
But yeah, so I take a lot of influence from everywhere. I mean, each song has its own. A lot of my songs sound very different. I was just showing it to my mom the other day and she's like, your songs don't all sound the same. And I'm like, great, good.
That is good.
So, yeah.
So what do you think sets you apart from other locals, that whether it's your sound or, I mean, obviously being a Christian is a big one, but other than that, like as a musician, what do you feel would set you apart?
I think, well, honestly, I haven't been in the scene a whole lot. I'm not very heavily involved in it because
you don't even live here right now. Right. You're just here.
Yeah.
temporarily.
And also I've heard a few things that there can be drama.
Oh yeah.
And I really don't like drama at all whatsoever.
Yep. I'm with you there.
I think that's something that Hadi and Dirty Rivals and Bruvy do really well with. They just stay out of all of it. They just play their music and whoever comes.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's the type of artist that I love to be.
Yeah.
Because if you start touring, you're not going to be able to be invested in each city's lore, Yeah. Like, I'm not invested super heavily in the scene in Virginia. We just started. We played 2 shows and whoever came and they loved it regardless. So I think that would probably set me apart a little bit. But still getting to know everyone.
Yeah.
Like I make it a huge point to get to know every single person that's
it's important
there. Yeah. And even the artists too. Like I go to people's shows pretty often. Definitely going to that Revolution Live Battle of the Bands coming up.
Oh yeah.
August 5th.
Yeah.
100%.
I'll be there too.
Oh yeah. It's going to be so cool.
Yeah.
That, and I feel like we will probably be doing a bunch of covers at the beginning.
Okay.
The more songs I get released. Not everyone does covers, because it doesn't always get taken in the best way. So it's a little bit strategic with that, but I think it should be all right.
I think key though, what you said is to not get involved in the drama. That's the smartest thing you could ever say. Like there's so much that, like being in this position, that I hear having all these bands come in and some I'm like, and they'll like ask me and I'm just like, I don't know.
I don't know.
I'm not getting involved in that. Yeah. If you want to cancel that person, you can, but they're welcome here. Until someone's, it's just, I can't either. So I'm with you on that.
Yeah.
But and another thing is getting to know everybody, and that's how you market yourself.
100%.
You get your showcases, and I love seeing that. Like anytime I have an event, I just love seeing bands meet each other, and then they're setting up a show with each other. I love that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like Petrichor did amazing at that, at the Underground show.
Petrichor.
Tess was so sweet.
She really is.
And it was the first time I ever met her. She offered to like take pictures for me.
Mm-hmm.
And I really needed a photographer that night. And there was no one. And she was like, hey, can I take some pictures of you? I was like, oh my gosh, thank you so much. You have no idea. You answered a prayer. But yeah, she's so cool, and their band is cool, and Gunner is super chill, and just getting to know everyone that's around is great. So.
Petrichor's playing, if you're here, August 12th, along with Young Cassidy. They're playing my August 12th event as well.
Man, okay.
It's going to be a good one. It's going to be a really...
It sounds like it's going to be really good.
It's a great lineup. So as a musician, what do you think was the best decision you've made so far?
I'm going to give you a funny answer.
Okay, good.
For now, and then I'll give you a serious answer. My hair, the way I dyed it.
Okay.
Like, the amount of compliments and just people talking to me because of my hair, insane. Absolutely insane. And it's almost my brand at Liberty.
Really?
Like, people will be like, yeah, the girl that plays bass. And they're like, who's that? They'll be like, you know, the girl with the hair that has stripes. And they're like, yeah, I know who that is. So, I mean, like, and it makes it helpful because it's like, I don't, get washed around with everybody else. I stand out. And not in a sense of, oh, I want to stand out, but it helps,
It helps, yeah.
But the best choice that I made as a musician, man, I would probably say deciding to take it very seriously.
Okay.
Because when I was younger, I just loved music, but I was thinking about doing biology, English. I loved English.
Oh my God. My worst subject.
Really?
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
And geography. My husband tells me never talk geography with anybody, Kim.
Geography I can do.
Oh my God. I've recently learned that we were in North America. Are we in North? Are we in South? See, I don't even know.
We're in North America.
I am horrible. It's awful.
Yeah, I mean, if you put me somewhere and you're like, okay, drive home, I have no clue.
But thank God for GPSs.
Yeah. Oh
Thank
yeah,
God.
I'd be so lost. But yeah, taking it very seriously was a great decision, and also, and I'll say this, like, seriously, as a musician, just not trying to be like, I have control of everything that I'm doing. Just be like, whatever is going to happen is going to happen. God's got this, and being so serious about, I have to do this. I have to get these amount of followers. I have to post this. I need this drummer to be doing this for me. I need this. I need that. And God's like, no, you don't need that. You really don't.
Right.
And a lot of things have fallen into place when I
was just going to say that.
Absolutely let go. And I'm just like, you know what? It's okay. Whatever. Right. It's all right. I mean, I used to be such a planner, and oh my goodness, I couldn't even tell you, my roommate's wedding is coming up in like a week and a half. I don't have a dress. I don't have a gift. I'm not a planner anymore.
Oh my God.
It's going to happen the way it's going to happen. And usually it's amazing.
Right.
Like, I was meeting with somebody the other day for coffee, and I slept all the way until 11:30. My appointment was at 12, and it took 45 minutes to get there. And I called him like, I'm so sorry. And he was like, no, it's okay. We got there and we met this super cool dude. And he was only there at the exact time that we got there when I was late. So it's really cool. It's
funny how things like that happen. They just fall. Perfect example. What are the odds? Okay. I got this, commercial listing for just a parking lot.
Okay.
But it's at a business, but it's a whole back parking lot that they don't use.
Okay.
All right. And I'm thinking, how am I going to market this? What are we going to do? And I got a text message from somebody that I have not talked to in about 10 years. And he said, hey, I am working at a rental car company. We're looking for somewhere to store some cars, but to get a lease out. Like, do you know of anything like that? And I'm like, are you kidding? I'm like, that had to be God. Like,
100%.
I'm like,
no way.
I'm going to market this. Like, yeah, it's at a business, but you can't really do much there. It's just to rent the space, basically. And then, like, literally, like, 4 days after getting the listing, I get that text. I almost died.
Oh, yeah. And I could sit all day. I was just telling these people that I'm interning with at my church, I was like, the entire reason I'm at Liberty is not by me. I would have never, ever, ever, ever picked Liberty.
Right.
But here I am, and it's great. So
tell me the story. What happened?
Okay, so it's kind of crazy. I was actually slated to go to Nashville.
Okay.
Belmont, Lipscomb, Vanderbilt. I got accepted to Belmont and Lipscomb.
Wow.
And my cousin goes to Belmont.
Okay.
So I'm like, this is great. I already know people. I knew some of her friends. Great. So I picked Lipscomb, which is across the street. And it was time to move in. Like, the week before, I felt super uncomfortable about the decision that I made. I had zero peace. I was just stressed, anxious. So, like, I have multiple mental breakdowns all the time. I was just so scared of leaving. And we were supposed to take a COVID test to move in to their dorms. And at this time, this was like 2 years ago, so the rapid test didn't exist yet.
Okay.
And we were just coming right out of being done with COVID.
Right.
So I took the COVID test like the non-planner that I am now, one day before we left, and it was a 3-day test.
Oh my gosh.
So, I get home from taking the test. I talk to my mom. She goes, "What, you idiot. Like, what if it comes back positive?"
Right.
And I'm like, whatever. If it comes back positive, it's just straight up not meant to be.
Right.
And so we're driving 10 hours out of the 13 hours it takes to get to Nashville.
You got your results.
And the results were positive.
Oh my God.
And I'm sitting there. I'm like, you know what? Maybe it's a false positive. I'm like, okay. And so she's in the car on the phone freaking out right next to me.
Right.
And I'm sitting to the left of her. I'm driving and I'm like, okay, God, if I'm really, really, really not meant to go, make it rain so hard I cannot see the road. Like, I have to pull off. And it was beautiful. It was Georgia.
Right.
It was clear sky, not a cloud. And the weather there isn't weird like ours. It's pretty predictable. And so 2 minutes later, it started raining torrential.
Wow.
Like flash flood warning.
Wow.
Insane. Almost hurricane-esque.
Oh.
Oh, yeah. And so we pull over to this Exxon or whatever gas station. There's these motorcycle guys dripping wet. And they're like, man, what the heck? It was supposed to be perfectly clear today. What on earth? And my mom was like, you know? And I told her, I'm like, dude, I prayed if it wasn't meant to be, it would rain so bad we can't see. And my mom was like, okay, all right. And so we stopped at a hotel. We were like, what are we supposed to do? What are we supposed to do? And God was like, go home. Just go home. And so we did. And I started working a lot. I saved up actually quite a bit of money. And I was just working all the time. And all of a sudden, my mom calls me, wakes me up out of a slumber, super deep. And she goes, hey, God told me we got to check out CFA. And I'm like, what is that? Neither of us knew what that was. It means college for a weekend.
Okay.
And that is touring Liberty. We found out.
Wow.
And the day that they were having it was the exact weekend that we found out about it. And you need tickets.
What?
You need flights.
Wow.
You need like hotels being booked. I already had my schedule out for work that week. I was the only person in charge of the entire kitchen that I was in charge of that whole weekend. And I'm like, Mom, this is not going to work. There's no way. And she's like, if God wants it to happen, it's going to happen. And I call my manager. I'm like, hey, please don't kill me, but. And he's like, no problem. I'll cover it for you. And there's no way this guy would have ever said that on any other day.
Right.
No way. And he's like, yeah, I'll come in for you. No problem. I'm like, what? And so we went there and the rest is history.
That's amazing.
So yeah,
I love stories like that.
Yeah, there's so many other stuff in my life that it's just so evident. Like, man, ain't no way. But yeah, I mean, as a musician, just completely having it not be up to me, it's freeing in a way.
Right. Yeah.
So yeah.
I love that story.
Yeah.
And just to know you're there, that's where you're supposed to be. You can just, like you said, just not have to be that planner anymore. You know it's being taken care of. That's awesome. I love that. Okay. So if you can make an album with anybody, who would it be?
Ooh, oh my gosh. Okay. So, I mean, Danny and I are so good friends. We're actually thinking of doing a co-write and doing a song together.
Oh, that would
I
be
would
cool.
totally do that. I'm also pretty good friends with some people in the Flirt.
Okay.
And they got some really cool music. They have a new song coming out, and I heard it at their show, and it was stuck in my head for like days. They have some really great songwriting. There's some people up in Virginia that I probably like to work with. But mostly Danny, just because we both have kind of the same vision, and she's an amazing producer.
Yeah.
So good. She does it all herself. And I'm like, how do you do that? I mean, I can do some
I admire
stuff, but...
everything you guys do, even like singing. Like, I can't do any of it.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
None of it. I'm horrible.
But the talent's passed on to your daughter.
Yeah, I don't know where she got it from. I really haven't got a clue. No idea. I mean, her father was a bass player, I think, back when he was in high school, but
okay.
I don't really even have no idea. She's very smart with it. Like, very happy for her.
Yeah. I mean,
envious
hence the
that she
name
can
Stage
do
Mom.
that.
Yeah.
But okay, so let's talk about the local scene. I know that you like Tough Times. Are there any other venues that you would love to play at, or that are your favorite that you've played at?
Okay, so Tough Times is great. I've been there a ton of times, not played there, but just been there for shows.
There?
Not yet.
Oh.
I actually had the opportunity to play the 15th of this month, but I did not have my crap together with the band, and it was tough because one of our electric players, his brother's also a drummer, and we need a drummer. They were both in Peru on vacation until the 15th. So I'm like, oh, it's not going to work. But yeah, Tough Times is great. It's a cool environment, but my ultimate place I would love to play is Crazy Uncle Mike's.
Okay.
Surprisingly.
I have not been there.
It's really nice.
I've seen people playing there.
It's so nice. Baron plays there a lot.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
They have like a regular gig. Like,
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. They had a whole thing where they played every Sunday.
That's what it was. Sundays, yeah.
Yeah. Danny Jackson and I went, and it was really, really good. They were amazing.
Oh, they are amazing.
And Crazy Uncle Mike's, they had a real sound tech. I want to play at a place that has a real sound tech.
Right.
And a pretty big stage, enough room to move around. Right. It was nice. It was a pretty good looking restaurant. Like, I love the grungy stuff, but I also would love to play somewhere that has good sound.
Right.
So
it's a huge difference.
Yeah.
Huge.
Totally. Because screaming into the mic what you're singing gets tiring after a while.
Yeah.
Trying to sing over drums.
Yep.
Is rough.
It's funny you say that, because my daughter, she's so soft. So half the time at these little venues, you can't even hear her sing practically. And everybody's like, oh, she's got to sing louder. I'm like, no, I said, you don't understand. She's trying to sing over the drums and the two amps. And so when I had my event at Revolution Live last month, I was so excited because I was like, we're going to finally be able to hear her. And we did. Yeah. And I was like, oh my God, she can really sing. Like, I had no idea. It's like, oh my gosh, this is great. Like, it was, and then my nephew, I told him, I was like, see what I've been telling you? He's like, I completely understand now. Yeah. It's because everything's run together now, and it's, they can level it off.
Yeah. I'd also really love to play Revolution Live.
Yeah.
I went and saw Water Parks there.
Water Parks. Yes.
I've been following them since the beginning, and I saw Water Parks there, and I was just overwhelmed with a sense of, I love this venue, and I feel like I'm supposed to play here at some point. So I don't know. I'm going to be going there as much as I can.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's cool. So, my daughter saw Water Parks and fell in love with them at a Warped Tour.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That's how I know of them. Yeah.
Yeah. They're so good.
Yeah.
Great. And like, I take a lot of influence from them. Like, I'm going to try and add some rapping parts.
Okay.
Or like some fast spoken. I really can't rap that great. And some fun, like, offbeat stuff, some funk,
Yeah.
They have a really great handle on mixing genres. So,
right.
Yeah, they're great.
Yeah, that's a lot of good bands have played at Revolution Live. I'm trying to think of, and it's funny because, like, a lot of bands I've seen there, they'll go there and they'll have, like, whether it's locals open for them or like locals from where they're from open for them. And I have, like, found so many bands that were just real small bands that I've, like, fallen in love with because that they went on tour with, like, a bigger band in their area. So yeah, no, I like Revolution Live, Odyssey Live. Hopefully you can make it. It's a smaller version of Revolution Live. Like if you went down the pit and cut it in half, but it has the upstairs and the downstairs. Super cool venue. And
Propaganda I'd love to play at too.
Yeah, that's a good one too. Respectables. Can't really. I
haven't been in there. Yeah, I mean, I see their marketing and I'm like, I don't know if I really.
Well, see, like the thing is, I'll just say it. I didn't like the manager.
Oh,
he was very rude and very abrupt.
Got it.
And it was like, you know what? I can bring it somewhere else. Like whatever.
Yeah.
So, and I hear their sound sucks. So.
All right. Well, cross that one off.
But okay. So next, let's do my segment of You Can Tell Mom Anything.
Okay.
Not crazy questions, but just so that your fans can get to know you.
Yeah, of course.
Okay. So Well, we know that you already work at a yacht club taking care of children.
Yes.
And you're like amazing because there's no way I could ever do that. What is your favorite place that you have ever visited?
Spain.
Spain. Oh, my nephew just got back from Spain. He goes to the King's Academy up in Palm Beach.
King's Academy, yeah, I know where that is.
And they just took a 2-week trip to Spain.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
Yeah. Oh
What
my God.
part?
I honestly don't know, but I got to show you this picture that he took.
Yes.
Like, really quick because it was amazing, and you would appreciate it since I was like, oh my God, that picture number 5. Let's get to 5. Look at that. Isn't that amazing?
Beautiful.
I was like, that is gorgeous. So
Is that a cathedral? That's a cathedral, right?
with the cross in front of it too.
It looks
It's
like
amazing,
it.
right?
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, so but he doesn't say where in Spain he is.
Oh.
I'll find out.
Yeah. Okay.
So he just got back last night, so that's why I said that. So Spain. Okay, so what part of Spain did you go to?
I went to Toledo, and then I went to Madrid.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, and I have been learning Spanish since 8th grade, and it was really cool to go there and actually practice the Spanish that I had been learning.
Oh my gosh.
And it's so beautiful there. It's like so like just as beautiful as that was.
Beautiful. Yeah.
Amazing. Super rich in art too. I went as like an art immersion trip. It was like the art club and the Spanish club together went to Spain, and it was so cool.
That is, yeah. How long did you go for?
A week. It was over spring break.
Okay.
In my high school, I think it was sophomore year I went.
Nice.
So, over 4 years ago.
I mean, you guys have the life. I'll tell you, I wish I lived the life my kids live. I am like with like all these, like my niece, she went to Ireland and she studied abroad over there for a whole semester. And my nephew, he's going to Spain for 2 weeks. My other nephew went to Czechoslovakia. I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to North Carolina and I'm so excited, but it's crazy. Yeah. But it's nice that you guys get the opportunity. Like I didn't, I mean, but things are so different now. So that's exciting though.
But hey, like if you have kids, you want them to have the best.
100%. Yep.
So
if I could do it for them, then yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. So you said that you took Spanish. Can you speak it good now or?
I'm not fluent, but I can definitely really understand what people say. And occasionally my mom will have people that barely speak English call her and ask about listings or showings and stuff, and she'll be like, translate, and I'm like, oh, okay. So I can translate on like a rough level.
Hey, I can't understand any of it. I'm like, well, English wasn't I'm not even trying to bring on a foreign language too. I mean, it's like, okay, so you don't have a significant other. You already said that you didn't. Okay. Yep, that was all right. So tell me one fun fact to know about you that you think is pretty cool.
Man, that is so tough. I will say I can get super duper quirky. Like so quirky. I'm one of those people where if I have caffeine, I act like I'm on crack. Like I met these people at Liberty, and it just happened to be one of those days where I had way too much caffeine. They were like, "Oh my gosh, you're so fun." I'm not usually fun, but I was just so insanely like, what are we doing, guys? Like, yo, let's go, being so crazy. Yeah, I definitely have multiple sides to me. I don't know if that's a very fun fact.
It's fun.
But I mean, man, that's rough. That's hard. I used to do archery.
Oh, that's super cool.
Yeah, I was obsessed with the Hunger Games.
Oh my God, my daughter was too. She was going to marry PETA.
Right, yeah. I wanted the other one, Chris Hemsworth.
Oh yeah,
or
smart girl.
Liam Hemsworth. There you go, not
Liam,
Chris.
Yep.
Yeah, I like the guys who hate you and don't care about you and
mental abuse.
Yeah, we love that. We love it. Just went through that recently. So great.
God.
Yeah, so I was obsessed with the Hunger Games, and I convinced my dad to take me to archery lessons and all of that. And I could probably still shoot pretty good. I just haven't done it.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's a fun fact.
That is a really fun fact. Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
Okay. How would you describe your style?
Well, hello. We got
super
the
cool
fit. Mesh top underneath, crop top with pins on it. I try to go for like a like a bubblegum punk.
Okay.
Yeah. Like I like cutesy stuff too. I'm not a huge person that wears white just because I stain stuff on it.
Oh, geez.
Like I got these super cool white cargo pants, and the next day I got like spaghetti on them, and I was like,
yeah, it's a for sure thing for me too.
Yeah. So I mean, I like my sticker that I gave you. It's like red and black. That's my theme for the first two songs that I'm releasing. So whenever I'm doing something music related, it's like the red and black, so I can keep the brand.
Those are my two favorite colors, red and black.
Red and black.
Yep.
Oh my gosh. So great.
Yep.
Avril Lavigne's album was like all red and black. She just came out with, and it had like her show I went to was all red and black. I'm like, yeah, it's cool. But yeah, but my favorite color is purple. So I'll include like, I have these purple checkered pants that I'll wear. And I mean, it's funny because I was talking to Danny, and I was making a joke. I'm like, man, I feel like such a poser at these shows. Everyone's like, they got the grunge, they're smoking, they're doing whatever. That's not really my thing.
Right.
And she's like, but you get best dressed every time. And I'm like, thank you. I thought of being a fashion major, so.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I wanted to be a Hot Topic model. Hopefully someday.
Hot Topic. Hit her up.
Hot Topic. So hopefully someday I can model my own merch.
That would be neat.
That'd be so cool.
That would be really neat.
Because Bad Omens has their own merch at Hot Topic now. I'm like,
do they?
Yeah. Like, yeah, that's how you know you made it. You have your merch at Hot Topic.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah.
Could you imagine?
That's a dream.
The
dream is to sell out Madison Square Garden someday.
Well, I mean, yeah. Yeah.
But, you gotta start small.
Yeah.
That's not that small, actually, but,
No, but it's reachable, obviously.
Yeah.
So
My parents always say if your goals aren't big enough to scare you, you're not dreaming big enough.
That's really good advice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That's awesome. I love that. I'm going to start telling my kids that.
100%.
I'm going to totally tell my kids that. Okay. So if you won $1 million, what would you do with it?
Half of it for music, half of it in savings.
Perfect.
I'm just good with money. I'm the type of person where I feel really bad if my parents pay for stuff. It's like a psychological thing of I feel like I'm not good enough to have paid for that myself, to have earned that. So like when I go up to Virginia, the minimum wage there is so much less. It's 12 an hour at best. Oh. And I work a job at a radio station there.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and so I do like broadcasting, podcasting, kind of like this, radio shows, like morning shows and stuff. Right. And it's great, but it's 12 an hour for like 12 hours a week.
Wow. Okay.
And so by the
time you're done with taxes.
Yeah, and it's paid bi-weekly. It's pretty bad up there.
If you get that money, it's gone.
It's
gone
gone
before you get it.
Yeah, it's bills, it's groceries, it's gas, gone. Poof. So every once in a while I'll be like, hey Dad, I need money. And I feel so horrible asking for it. So yeah, I am definitely very devoted to I can do this. You know? So if I won $1 million, 500 music, 500 savings. So that way I can like live great.
Right.
On retirement eventually, or maybe the savings could be put toward making a record label company.
Right. That's what you want to do.
Yeah. So I don't know. I feel like that's a bland answer, but I'm very cautious with a lot of the decisions that I make.
That's good.
So,
smart.
Yeah.
Okay. Alrighty. If you were to share a meal with 4 individuals, living or alive, who would they be and why?
Oh my goodness. Okay. People are going to hate me or not hate me for saying this, but number 1 would be Machine Gun Kelly.
Okay.
Because I respect and love his grind and his hustle.
Okay.
And the grit it took him to get from where he was to where he is now.
Okay.
He sold out Madison Square Garden in one day. And that venue is insanely huge. He I wouldn't say reinvented because that's like a very bold statement, but he took rap and pop punk and blended it a little and made it popular again, along with Travis Barker. He has owes all the credit to that. But like him,
okay,
probably Jesus. Just because
who wouldn't want to meet him?
Like, I want to know what that man's personality would be like,
right,
in human form. Like, I wonder if he's funny.
I'm sure he probably is.
like the random stuff you wonder, like, I wonder what he would wear in our modern day, you know, what his style would be like, you know, if
That's,
number 3, I don't know. I really love Hayley Williams.
Okay.
I'd probably go with her.
Yeah.
I love her so much. She's so cool.
Tess from Petrichor's obsessed with Hayley as well.
Yeah. She has a tattoo of one of the songs. She's like, "Oh my gosh, you played a Paramore song. Like, oh my goodness, I love that." Like, yeah. Number 4. I'm not totally sure. Probably someone really funny.
Okay.
Because I surround myself with people who are funny usually because I'm not funny.
Yes, you are.
I mean, I'm funny in like I'm not really that funny.
I've been laughing.
Yeah, I probably Adam Sandler.
Okay.
Or someone who's very historically funny.
Okay.
Or Jim Carrey. Or
I was thinking Jim Carrey.
Yeah, because well, his humor is like slapstick.
Yeah.
But there's this other guy. His name is Trevor Wagner.
Okay.
He's a like TikTok guy.
Okay.
And he's got the modern funny down.
Okay.
With the White Claw jokes and the being a white boy jokes. I don't know. Someone funny. That'd be number 4.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Alrighty. So, are you more into brains or looks?
Looks. Unfortunately.
Okay. So what if you had like a dead dumb, like nothing, it's nothing past the surface, but he was gorgeous?
I actually did just have that. I've had that before. It doesn't work out. I know it wouldn't work out. I know that. I think, okay, brains are amazing, but it's not the first thing I think of when I meet somebody, you know? Yeah. I mean, there's this girl I know, a couple of girls I know that they were like, I promise he looks better in person. Like, he doesn't take pictures that good. I'm like, girly, okay.
Or it's he's so nice.
Yeah, or like, he's such a nice guy. And I'm like, okay, all right, sure. But the brains are very important to me. I want someone who's as equally, what's the word, motivated as I am about their career, whether it be music or not. I really hope it be music. And someone who is just very, makes good decisions.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, brains are very important, but it's definitely not something I look at right away. I see someone that's good looking, I'm like, ooh, hi, hello, how are you? My name's Alexa. So, yeah.
Okay. I mean, that makes perfect sense. And it's like you have to have the attraction, especially if you're just meeting the person.
Yeah.
You're going to have to start somewhere, and it's going to definitely be with the way the only thing you can see.
Oh, yeah. So. I mean, I dated this guy one time, and he was like not attractive at all whatsoever. And we had been dating for a long time, and I had never kissed or held hands. And he was like, "Can we kiss?" And I'm like, no. Just because he was not attractive. And I was like, I don't want to kiss that.
Oh my God.
I felt so bad. I felt horrible. And so that's why looks are important to me, because I don't want to be like, that's so shallow. I feel so bad.
But you know what? It's honest.
This is what it is. Yeah. I mean, you gotta look.
You must be kissing no ugly men.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'm sure I'm sure it might be the same way for guys too.
But you know what? To make yourself feel better, someone's going to think he's gorgeous.
Yes.
So
someone will.
Not your type.
Just not me. Yeah. But yeah, I'm going to get canceled for saying that. Whatever. Yeah. So, yeah.
All right. Okay. All the good looking men, hit her up. So what's the most unusual thing you have ever eaten?
Okay. Fun fact.
Okay.
One time I was at lunch at school in middle school. You know, this fun stuff happens. And I was sitting at this table of band kid nerds, guys, that were making a concoction of every type of food that was on the cafeteria lunch menu. And they put it in like this bowl. And they dared certain people to try it, and it was like a hot dog. It was chocolate milk.
Ew.
It was mustard. It was chocolate cake.
Ew.
You
did it?
It tasted really, really, I don't know how to describe it.
Disgusting?
Yeah, it was terrible, but it wasn't so terrible.
Did they pay you to do this?
Yeah, I got
Okay.
$20.
Okay, well,
Yeah,
$20.
$20 is $20.
In middle school.
Yeah.
You said middle school, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
$20 is $20. I mean, come on.
You didn't die. You're still here.
I'm still alive. Yeah. Never will do that again. That was the wildest thing. I haven't tried any like cow butt or stuff like that.
I will never.
People eat that stuff.
Yeah, it's like
I don't think I'll ever try
I
that.
don't think so.
No. I haven't tried lobster yet.
What?
No.
Oh wow.
I haven't. I haven't tried a lot of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Clams. I hate oysters.
yeah, I haven't tried that either.
I had a bad experience when I was in second grade. I had an oyster and I didn't know they were like slippery. And I went to chew it and it slipped out of my teeth, down my throat, and I've been scarred ever since.
Oh my gosh.
But I do love clams and mussels. But escargot, have you tried that?
I have not tried that.
So good.
My mom's super allergic to seafood.
Oh, is she?
So we don't have fish a whole lot.
Right,
Because
yeah.
then she
I get that.
can't really be in the same area.
Yeah.
We went out to dinner last night and they had lobster and she's like, I gotta skedaddle. We came back, but yeah.
That's
Someday I will try everything.
But you got to be careful too if your mom's allergic.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do it one at a time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Get an EpiPen.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, if you were on a deserted island, what 3 things would you take with you?
Probably a friend.
Okay.
Because I could get pretty lonely.
No one has ever mentioned another person.
Really?
It's a good choice.
Well, I wouldn't say a person's a thing, but yeah, good enough.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'd probably bring someone that I don't get tired of.
Okay.
I have a friend or two up at Liberty that I do not get tired of at all, and that we would make that island a city. We'd make it our own. We'd go crazy. Yeah, I would bring her, and I'd probably bring probably something that like some tools.
Okay.
Because either you're leaving or you're staying.
Yeah.
And I mean, you could make a lot of things your own, like seeing that movie Castaway.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and all that kind of
Wilson,
stuff. Like,
that was his name.
Wilson. Yeah. Or there's the what Naked and Afraid. Have you ever seen that show?
No, I haven't. My husband watches it.
Like Survivor Man.
Yeah.
Yeah, they bring like their weapons of choice. I'd probably bring an axe.
Okay.
If things go sideways with the friend I brought. No, I'm kidding.
You're right.
I'm kidding. If she sees this, I'm so sorry.
Well, you didn't mention her name. So.
Nah, she probably knows she is though. Yeah, and then probably some food, like some dehydrated stuff, just until I can't find because at the beginning you can't really get food that well and prevent you from dying. You know, like I was super into the Hunger Games.
Yep.
So I would always be sitting there like, oh, if I was in the Hunger Games, I'd do this, I'd do this, I'd do this. And they're coming out with a new one. So
are they?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, because my 20-year-old had my 10-year-old start watching what was not the Hunger Games but the other one, Maze Runner.
Yeah.
And
that's good.
she was just saying I have to get her to start watching the Hunger Games now that there's a new one coming out. Then I'm gonna have to speed that up then.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You can read the book first and get all the spoilers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I'm halfway through the book.
Are you? So, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, my 20-year-old's a reader, my 10-year-old is not. So
fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She takes after me. English.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you can join any music group from the past or the current, what would it be?
That is a really great question. I would probably I kind of want to be in I loved Motley Crue.
Oh, yes.
I would probably try and be their bassist.
Oh, that would be so cool.
Yeah, I mean, Motley Crue and their stuff that they did behind the scenes.
Oh my God, yeah.
Not on stage is not the most amazing. But I mean, I just watched not too long ago that documentary not a documentary, but the movie that came out about Motley Crue. It's called The Dirt.
Yes.
It's
that
so
opening
good.
scene is rough.
It is very rough. It is so rough, bruh. But I mean, it inspired me so much of like seeing things like that just inspired me to keep going with music. And because the more people you meet that aren't musicians that are like, really, you're a musician? What are you going to do with that? Right. Like the amount of times I've said I'm a music major and they're like, well, what do you expect is going to happen when you graduate? Like, what are you going to do? Like, oh, I want to go on tour. And they're like, how's that going to happen? Like,
because people just don't get it.
They don't get it.
Yeah, they don't.
They really don't. And even if it doesn't happen, that's fine.
Right.
But the judgment, oh my goodness, so many words that have been passive aggressive about being a musician. Yeah.
It just makes you want to work harder and show them.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
That's how I feel.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Don't get better. Mm-hmm. That's how I am.
Yeah. Like, absolutely. But what was the question?
It was to what you're gonna.
Oh yeah, Motley Crue. Maybe they could get some girls singing in there, some rock. There's not a whole lot of classic rock bands that had girls in them. Yeah, I mean you have Pat Benatar.
Yeah, Joan Jett.
Right? That's great. Yeah, you have the Runaways, which I love. They got the Cherry Bomb. Want to do some stuff with having girl rock musicians. So.
No, it's true. There's not many like female leading rock vocalists. Yeah, it's true. Yeah. Well, for the local scene, you got Baron, you got Flirt,
you got Bruvy, Alinad.
Yeah, you got for the locally, but no, I see what you mean. Mm-hmm. All right, okay, we're gonna move to rapid fire.
Okay.
All right, let's see if you can do this. I only have like 2 bands over a year that have ever done this the right way.
Uh-oh.
We'll see. No pressure. What celebrity annoys you the most?
Kim Kardashian.
Okay.
And Kanye.
Number 1 answer is Machine Gun Kelly, just so you know.
Hello. Yeah, I could see it. Yeah, fine.
I can too. Are you a morning person or night person?
Definitely night.
Me too. First thing you do when you wake up in the morning?
Snooze.
Oh, yeah.
It's the snooze button.
That's one of my number 1 answers too. Yeah. Right. What store do you shop at the most?
Windsor.
What is that up in Virginia?
No, it's a dress store here, but they also I got this shirt from there.
Oh.
Yeah. They got some cool styles.
Yeah. When you're old like me, you don't get that. Okay. Yeah. And my kid goes to the thrift store, so it's like, okay. So anyhow, who's the most overrated musician?
Man, any of the people in the 80s that they literally just had synths. Like, I don't know, Phil Collins, in my opinion. I don't know, don't hate me for it, but I've heard all of his songs and I'm like,
Interesting.
I don't know, I'm just not overrated. I don't know, or a lot of the what's it called? One hit wonders.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like you didn't have to cut me off. Like
yes. What was that?
Gotye.
Is that
Gotye? I don't know how to pronounce
Maybe it was their name that made him not get
Yeah. I mean, also just I'm not going to say Justin Bieber because he's got some good stuff now, but his old stuff I was not a fan at all. It's like Baby and the other ones. I was like,
he's another one I want to hate. I
I want to hate him, but I mean, he's such a genuine guy.
Yeah.
And all of his
I don't like his wife. I think that's where my downfall with him is. I've never liked her, even before they started dating. And then I was like, oh, come on. Are you really? Come on. So that's where my downfall with Justin is.
Lil Nas X, too.
Okay.
I feel like he's super overrated.
Yeah, no,
Anyone can do what he's doing.
You.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what's his name? The guy, Sam Smith.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
All right. Well, okay. So I like old Sam Smith. New Sam Smith, he's just gone off the edge.
Yes, old Sam Smith was super good.
Yeah.
I agree. I totally agree.
Yeah.
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 Like, it's the same like Lady Gaga. I don't like her, but I got to give her credit. She's great at what she does.
Oh, yeah.
She's not my choice of artist. Love Kelly Clarkson. Oh my God. I think she's so
good.
funny. I think she sings so good. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
But that question was not to me. Okay. What's the best compliment you have ever received?
I was at a meeting the other day.
Okay.
At my church, and because I interned there for a little bit, I do their sound.
Okay.
And I was at a meeting, and I was with all these other interns that I barely knew. They were kind of rude, and I was like, ugh, whatever. And I walked into this place, and my old, one of my old mentors, he was just happened to be there. And I was like, oh my goodness, hi. And he's like, you look really great today. And it just meant so much to me because I was going through a lot that day, and it almost made me cry.
Aw. So it's just what you needed.
Mm-hmm.
Another thing that happens, at the right time.
Absolutely. But I wouldn't say that that's the best right now, but the best overall would probably be like compliments about my character and who I actually am, instead of, oh, you look cute, or, I love your eyeliner or your hair. I mean, that's cool, but about my character and who I am. Like,
yeah, there's no better compliment that you can receive than someone saying that you have good character.
Yeah. Like Danny is always like, you are literally so nice and genuine. Like, what am I going to do without you? I'm like, stop, I'm going to cry. But yeah.
That's nice. And you do, I can tell, and how you're so real and true to yourself, and you're not going to fake it, which is nice, because there's so many that would.
Oh, yeah.
So, okay. What is your favorite flower?
I like baby's breath.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
That's simple.
It's simple. But it can go with anything.
Yeah, it can.
And I feel like that's kind of how I am in a sense.
Right.
Like, you drop me anywhere and I kind of just switch a little bit to match other people's energy. I'm a little bit of a chameleon in a way, but I'll still stick true to the same plain moral characteristics that I've always had. But you drop me into a place and I'm like, okay. Let me assess the vibes. All right.
Right.
So I had a baby's breath is great. I like roses a lot. But lavender is my ultimate favorite.
Somebody else, who was it? It was a guy that was here that said lavender. I was like, I didn't even know that was a flower.
Yeah.
I had to look it up.
Yeah.
Who was it that loved lavender? Maybe it's the hot guy you've been waiting for.
If you're out there,
look it up. Lavender.
Come find me.
I'm going to look it up. I'm going to send you that clip.
Yeah.
He says that.
Okay, great.
Because, what are the odds? Lavender is not a common flower, I don't think, is it? Or I'd never heard of it before. So, right? Okay, so who inspires you?
I'm going to say my mom, actually. She is the closest thing I have to a best friend.
Aww.
We don't get along a lot, but we're always there for each other.
Right.
And she's definitely always there for me. And she's always there for guidance and spiritual wisdom. And she, she's great.
Right.
She inspires me because she works so hard. Mm-hmm. And she makes it look effortless.
Aww.
And same with my aunt. She was a CFO of a company, and I would always see her with the businesswoman outfits and the stilettos and the glasses and the super expensive bags. And I aspire to have her confidence,
Yep.
And yeah, people who are just very hard workers and have gotten pretty far.
Yeah.
Inspire me a lot.
That's nice. Okay. All right. Well, that's it for my rapid fire. In closing, is there any message that you would have for your fans?
Mm. Well, there aren't a whole lot of them right now.
I'm sure there are. You just don't know.
I would say
your future fans. Let's say that.
Yeah, my future fans. I would say keep being who you're supposed to be. Because I needed to hear that.
Aww.
And go wherever God is supposed to take you.
Oh, that's nice.
And also, thank you for liking me when a bunch of people have the opportunity to not. So, yeah.
Okay. So where can everybody find you?
Okay. So I'm on Spotify. It's just the lowercase x's, capital Alexa, 2 lowercase x's. I'm also on Instagram @official Alexa Music. No capitals, all the together, no spaces. I also have TikTok. I high key kind of hate TikTok, but it's a necessary evil for marketing and promotion and everything.
Stinks.
My Facebook too. It's kind of under the same account. Yeah. And if you want my number, I have it, but I'm not going to give it to everyone. Yeah.
Do you have anything coming up where people can see you? Anything getting released or?
Yeah, I have a song coming out soon. Should be the end of August, beginning of September. I'm praying. It's Not Fair.
Okay.
That should be the next one. And I really want to do a music video when I come back for Christmas. It's going to be phone themed because it's like being left undelivered.
Okay.
And not getting texted back. So I'm going to have a bunch of phones everywhere.
That's cool.
Yeah, that'll be next.
Okay, that's exciting.
Yeah.
Okay, so any last words you want to say to anybody or anything like that? Speak now.
I'll see ya. See you on the flip.
Okay. Thank you so much.
You're my heart,